Who exactly was Mr. Harish Thawani? Where was he coming from in trying to, before he kind of, envisioned what he did in Indian cricket?
I'm a failed sportsman who turned to the off-the-field activity because on the field I was mediocre at best. मैंने अपने passion का पेशा बना दिया. I think I realized pretty early that it's time to turn my attention. I was fortunate that I worked in advertising, so I had a sense of understanding media, brands, advertisers, etc.
When you talk about privatization of cricket in India, it's been documented that way, that Lalit only and true game changer in terms of, and he calls himself even today, architect of IPL. What are your memories of those years and Lalit as an administrator?
Success has many fathers. Failures become orphans. There was something called Champions League, you might remember.
T20.
Who was the architect?
Again, Lalit.
I'm not saying. Does he ever say on his Instagram posts or anywhere else, the architect of the failed Champions League? Was he the brain of the IPL? No, I think multiple brains in the IPL. Lots of good brains.
You have to put a finger and point out men who made the IPL happen.
Head and shoulders above everybody else. The man who blessed it and authorized it and backed it with board money was Sharad Pawar. Insofar as designing the IPL is concerned, there's a couple of professors from the US, sports management professors, whom I indeed hired to revise it. Was it flawless? No. Is it flawless today? No. Has it improved? Yes. Has it improved in the last 10 years? Yes. Has Lalit been around in the last 10 years? No. So, I don't understand this business about I, me, my. It's 16 years since Lalit has not been involved with the IPL. It has only grown.
I remember reading a profile of yours on yahoo.com. It was titled The Beast.
The Beast? Wow.
The gist of that piece was we are talking about a man who is not going to stop at anything. That is how the industry or those who were documenting your journey began to kind of look at you as a man who is like a go-getter. Were you the beast?
All fast bowlers have a beast in them, no? But at the end of the day, you have that beast mentality. I'm going to come and get you. It's little known, in fact, I think it's barely known, that actually we made our debut in the same World Cup that Tendulkar did. I'm referring to Nimbus Sport.
92.
92.
The crowd that grew up in the 90s and saw cricket in the 90s, the 1992 World Cup is etched in our memories. Like it was the finest property that we remember on television. The World Cup, the quality of the game, seeing cricketers under lights on Australian pitches.
And Tendulkar's debut.
Was spectacular. I think even the Indian team jersey of 1992
Absolutely.
is one of the finest.
It is, yeah. We actually backed the India cricket rights, their broadcast rights of the 92 Cricket World Cup. It's a little footnote in history. And if you think that later moves that we made, people went, oh my God, what are they doing? In 92, I'm recalling from memory, we paid about equivalent to $550,000. I believe the previous Cricket World Cup, which was in India, the Reliance World Cup in 87, generated a total of $64,000 from broadcast. There was no subscription, it was just advertising, so we had to place it on Doordarshan and sell the ads ourselves. We discovered then that it's the single most under-monetized asset in the country. Indians are good at monetizing land, factories in those days. And this was so under-monetized, otherwise we should not have made a 300% profit. The country was dependent on 4 major advertisers. If they backed you on cricket, you were successful. If they did not back you, there was MRF, there was ITC Bills, Nestle, Nescafe, and a little bit of Seat. And we said, what we're going to do is we're not going to go to these 4 or 5 because they will, strangle our throat and say, I'll pay you a penny if you want. Because they're used to paying pennies.
Okay.
If we want them to pay $1, we got to go to new advertisers. Find new territories, find new customers, find new methods of selling, and it will, expand. And that's what every business does.